testify that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, then you're Muslim. And then you got like one saying from Messenger of God that people saying that these two phrases will at the end enter paradise. So you say, how come you got to do things and you think other things are forbidden, prohibited stuff? You do things and you leave other things. Once you think about the religion and you think about these stages you got to take, once you enter paradise, once you enter Islam and you mention the two phrases, this phrase, and then you're a Muslim. And then it's like, if you take the measurements, like the messenger of God is like 100%, yeah, like 100%. Like he's the example, so it's like 100%. And then these people, this kind of people entering Islam or Muslims have different percentage. Once you testify the Shahadatain, you got, let's say, like 30% straight away, 30% like you're a Muslim. And then, once you start perform prayers, it's like 40%, and then your card will be activated. Like once you perform prayers, the angels would come around and take like protection from God. You will be protected and stuff. So we said like once you enter Islam, you got like 30%, and then like 40% you get your card activated. You perform prayers. It's the second step, very important. Second step. And once you've got this thing activated, that means all the other things will be the good deeds. The angels will write down the like if you give money to the poor, and everything will be activated. Everything would be in the book, and like it would be written and be like protected. So this is like 40%, and then everything else, like the 5 pillars of Islam, like everything is like 5% more, like for fasting Ramadan, and then like 50% is like everything is done. Like the 50%, it's everything. You must do is done, like the 5 pillars of Islam, and that is the main thing. So after that, you got like to do extra things, extra stuff. You fast extra, you pray at night, you do things, and all these things is like 5%. It's like 55%, you know, like he performs prayer, he performs extra, and he gives money to the poor, and he does all, like, he gives energy, he submitting himself, submit himself to God, the first step, of course, once you say Shahadatain. But this is like, he does all these things, like try to follow the messenger of God. He does all the sunnah, all the things. It's like 60, like 55%. And the best people, the higher level is like 70, let's say, like 70%, like for big scholars like Muhammad Nasruddin al-Albani, rahimahullah, and like Sheikh bin Baz, you know, these kind of people, they're like top. I mean, the most important men in this century. The closest to the Lord, following the right religion of God, following the religion of monotheism, and this is the Unitarians, unity of God, the oneness of God is the key to enter Islam, the key to become a Muslim. Once you're into this oneness of God, you believe that God is Allah and is in the sky, and this is like 30%. This is like the first step. You got guaranteed like paradise. According to the saying of the Messenger of God, whoever says La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah enters paradise. He enters paradise, but it has to be. Of course, there's a judgment. Depends what he did. So he might go through to punishment and torment and then enter paradise. Depends how is the thing, but at the end he will enter paradise. I said about this thing. Basically, once you do all the the thing you must do, the things the Messenger of God has brought to us, we must take everything the Messenger has brought to us and avoid everything he prohibited. And from this verse, we say, if someone is entering Islam, the first step is very important, and then you got other things, other pillars. This is the first pillar, and then the second pillar is to perform prayers, and then the third pillar is to give money to the poor, pay zakah, and then and then you got the fasting of the month, and then you got the Hajj at the end, to go to Mecca. And, once you don't need these things, then it's all right. And then you got extra, like these people I told you before, like the scholars, and these people are doing extra things, Well, because people think, well, how is that? How come you can't do this, you can't do that? These stages, and paradise as well is stages. You know what I mean? This is what I wanted to explain the other day, but people don't understand. Sometimes they ask me questions. Why is the religion is difficult? How come you don't listen to music? Listen to music. I mean, people like the scholars don't listen to music. But they're targeting the highest levels. They don't want to get through hellfire. They avoid the maximum. They follow the Messenger of God the maximum. But once you are set, once you testify, once you say Shahadatain, that is already Islam. You're Muslim. Protected, and you got steps like the 5 pillars, but you're a Muslim, and then you got 5 pillars, and as I said, once the card is activated, once you perform prayers, everything the angels' protection and things would be more, more official, professional, official thing, more protected and things. But then you got things do not do in Islam, things forbidden stuff, forbidden stuff. It's like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that. Here you got stages as well, and it's like, it depends on people, you know what I mean, and their the way. It depends it depends how is it depends which sin you're talking about. They're like different sins, and then what you do, like, don't do the sins, and if there are sins, there of course there will always be some sins. They will be washed and gone between the prayers. Ablution, you perform the prayer. The sins, you make a sin between a prayer and a prayer. The next prayer will wash down the sin before. And the sins have to be avoided anyway. Otherwise, some sins, God, if He is angry at you, He might not forgive you. I mean, it's not guaranteed. But I'm saying that according to the sayings of the messenger of God, He forgives all the sins, except when it comes to polytheism, you know what I mean? Like demons, working with demons, these people making spells and stuff. I don't think so. He doesn't forgive stuff like that. According, of course, with me when I'm saying things, it's like according to the sayings of the messenger of God, not like new innovations in the religion and things. No. Everything I'm saying is like everything when I talk is like from because the other day I said about the creation, that God has created the pen at the beginning, and then He said to it, write down everything. The pen replied, what should I write? The Lord said to it, write down everything that is going to happen until the day of judgment. So everything we live in today has been written 50,000 years before creation. That's what I tried to explain before. And then, the religion is always about the oneness of God. That is the most important thing. You know what I mean? The key, the golden key, is to this oneness of God, to know that God has got you cannot associate anyone with Him in lordship or worship. That's it. And because people ask you like terrorists, and they say, why Islam is like that? No, if you wear like the messenger's clothes and things, that's extra, that's higher level, that like levels I'm saying. The paradise is 100 levels, and then you got the knowledge, you got to learn things about Islam, and then you got to learn, you got to give energy, I can't find a word. Where? I can't find a word. Where, man? I can't find a word in it. I'm stuck. Wait, I mean to just you say how do you say to give too much. I forgot the word. Okay. Sacrifice. All right. God. All right. Sacrifice, like sacrifice, and it depends. Different levels. But the most important thing is to become a Muslim. How to become a Muslim? You pronounce this shahada, and this is about the oneness of God. La ilaha illallah. No one has the right to be worshipped but Allah. That's the most important thing, and that's what we're talking about.